BaconBit.
Joel was drowning.
Oh, got
in breakfast drinks.
Here's one of the weirdest bacon bits we've ever done.
Weirdest or most appropriate?
Most appropriate.
This
actually
feels so much like
it's so relevant to where we are in 2020 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump back to Monday. So
Wait,
long ago.
in Baconsale time,
the world was so much different then.
Yes.
No, we did breakfast food tiering, and
Right.
we
I was
had
there.
so many options. And we were cutting down the list, and we're like, we can't
like
put
Carnation instant breakfast.
carnations breakfast, or even just like a glass of milk
Apple juice.
or orange juice.
Yeah.
You know? And so we were like, well, we can't do those, so it's going to take too long.
And people need to know our opinions on beverages.
we drive the world economy in these things. So
Yeah.
if we said that almond milk was tier 1, almond milk would skyrocket.
Why would we say that?
If we said that.
Save it for the show.
If almond milk representative was in the room in the bacon cave right now, pointing a gun to our heads, and we said that.
Yes, and I'm glad we're here talking about this, especially talking about the second most popular drink in the entire world, which is the biggest breakfast drink ever. And we'll get there. No one wants our opinion on it.
No.
It's coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to discuss breakfast drinks today. We're going to tier
Yeah.
them similar to what we did just recently on our episode 265 Breakfast and the Furious.
So what we've done is we've compiled 15 beverage groups or singular beverages, and we're going to give 5 tier 1s, 5 tier 2s, and 5 tier 3s.
Tier
So
1
it's
being
all
the
equal.
highest, tier 2 being the middle, and tier 3 being the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is all personal preference.
Yes. So if you got hungry during the last show, wait till you get thirsty for this episode.
I need a drink.
I'm feeling thirsty.
All right.
No.
Let's get into this list.
Didn't want to follow
This is
that.
a bacon bit. We gotta get
Yes,
moving,
we gotta
right?
do it.
Let's
Yes.
do it. All right. Tell me about. Let's start with apple juice, alphabetical.
Apple juice, not cider.
Apple juice. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Cider is gross. Cider is murky apple juice.
Cider's not gross. I think cider's good. But not for
No,
breakfast.
cider
I
is
don't like
basically cold wassail. And that's not okay.
No, and actually, here's the thing. Apple juice is much more complex to make. They have to clarify the juice and filter it and
Hold on, to
pasteurize it.
clarify.
Yeah, to clarify. To make that beautiful, pure apple juice look. So that, but instead of like just crushing the apples. And
But did you
having
know that
that be the cider?
the more pure it looks, the less healthy it is? Because if
Yes.
it's actually more murky, and I'm not talking cider, but I'm talking like freshly squeezed apples, and there's kind of a little bit of the
Ever squeezed an apple?
No, it's
like
not
Zack.
easy. Like that. That's actually why they say commercial.
Ground
it's
up.
produced commercially because it's very hard to do on your own.
yeah, and so it has all the healthy parts in it too, all the fibers and everything. The darker it is, the more healthy it is.
True. And actually, it gets clearer and they put more sugar in it and it just gets less healthy. But I do. And by the way, the apples they use are mostly Macintosh. Those kind of apples that primarily go into apple juice.
Now, do you guys choose to drink this, or is this something that like Zach and niece or nephew would drink, or Joel, one of your 29 children would drink? Sorry, I went on the low end.
I give it a tier 1. I love apple juice.
So you love to drink apple juice.
A nice cold apple juice is one of the best things in the morning. Warm apple juice is kind of
No,
gross.
it's bad.
Like if it's been sitting out a while, I'm not a fan. But a cold apple juice, I love it in the morning.
It's a good
breakfast drink.
juice.
And we should clarify too. Some of these things are good other times of day.
Absolutely.
But first thing in the morning just doesn't sit right.
Yeah, something to go along with your breakfast, or if you're rushing out the door.
Yeah.
Very appropriate for the morning. It's a tier 2 for me.
Tier 2.
It's still great. I really do like apple juice. There's just too many great ones in tier 1.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
This got bumped up for other ones?
Yep, absolutely.
Really?
You'll see.
Apple juice?
Apple juice.
I love apple juice too.
I gave this one a tier 2 as well.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think because I liked it so much as a kid, but then I don't
you grew
know.
up. This is the scrambled eggs of beverages.
I feel bad maybe drinking
apple
it.
juice and scrambled eggs go
yeah,
very
that's
well
because
together.
everyone who's 7 will drink apple juice and have scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
So
And that
it's
sippy cup
good,
will get a
but-
little messy.
I thought you would like it, Kent, because you thought it looked like something else, and you thought that was funny. That's why I thought you'd give it a tier 1.
Oh, dang it.
Ew.
I reconsider that.
Yeah, by the way, it takes 2 medium Macintosh apples to produce about 6.8 fluid ounces of juice.
Okay.
Wow.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Now we know.
And don't have to battle.
How many cranberries does it take to make cranberry juice?
Many.
Okay. Is there actually a cranberry juice, or is it cran something?
I like cran grape and cran apple.
No, it's the mutant. It is something that affects everything else.
If it says cranberry juice cocktail or cranberry juice blend, it only has to have about 28% of cranberry juice, and the rest is other
That's
juices.
too much. That's 28%
Because
too much.
cranberries by themselves are like acidic and bitter and overly tart, and
Yeah.
so they throw in like pear juice
Right.
or apple juice to kind of soften the cranberry
So I don't know
juice.
about you guys, but when I looked at this, I literally just thought about cranberry juice, not even cocktail.
But what I'm saying is I think some of the cranberry juice people are drinking out there is actually sweetened.
It is.
Of course.
Because straight
has to
cranberry
be.
juice is like acid.
When I was 10 years old, my mom took me to Henderson, Nevada, where they have an ocean spray factory. That's the worst place to go as a
An
child.
ocean spray factory.
Ocean spray.
in
Who's
Henderson,
made,
Nevada.
Yes, who's made its millions of dollars.
We're
maybe
the closest ocean.
maybe,
Cannot spray on them.
In the desert.
Maybe multiple thousands of dollars from ocean spray on the cran industry.
Yeah.
It was the worst. There was a giant cranberry guy in a costume.
No.
Yeah. It was gross.
Cran
And they-
Man was there.
Cran Man.
I'm the cran man.
Wow.
Also, but
Scatman reference.
I will give it to Ocean Spray for having great commercials, because when you have the people that
they're,
are like
sitting
standing
in the
Yeah,
cranberries.
in
I
the swamps
love
of
the way those
cranberries.
fields look.
By the way, they don't grow in the water; they just flood it for the harvest.
So they raise to the surface.
Yeah, they
to
raise
get
to
them
the
and, like,
surface.
skim them.
Smart.
But it's a tier 3 drink. It's
Well,
Can't do it.
And also, if you've ever had a UTI,
That's the thing. Every time I see it in anybody's fridge,
People
I'm like,
say-
oh, gross.
but
hold on. what?
however, people say that cranberry juice is good for UTIs, urinary tract infections, but there is no proven evidence that it helps with UTIs.
What? It's just a wives' tale?
Yeah, it's an old wives' tale. There's no antibacterial activity that helps.
So
out with
someone
that.
suffered twice when they had a UTI by drinking cranberry juice.
There is, however, proof that it has a pH level between 2.3 and 2.5, a level of acidity that may erode tooth enamel.
Oh,
And it can also interrupt blood thinners. So
no
I
thanks.
do, however, if cranberry juice, I've had some good ones where it's like, oh, that's kind of tart. I enjoy
when
that
mixed
one.
with something.
Well, when it's mixed with those fruits, like I said.
Yeah.
But cranberry juice, I think we're going to have to get... It was going in tier 3, but then it got bumped up to a tier 2.
Whoa, really?
Wow,
Gross.
Yeah, big roast.
It's very, very much a tier
Well,
3.
I know
yeah.
that you guys are going to agree with me, so whatever.
Yeah, well, not on cranberry
such a
juice.
tier.
Or apple juice.
Well, close.
Let's keep the juice train rolling with grape juice.
Juice train. That sounds like something that
Juice train.
Oh, diet.
Stop. By the way, grape
you
juice...
said UTI.
I did. That's a medical term.
Yes.
It's not... That sounds like something dirty.
Grape juice. Grape juice. What do
Grape
you
juice
like?
contains 7 to 23% of pulp, skins, stems, and seeds, often referred to as must.
In 1869, Thomas Welch was a supporter of the temperance movement, so the non-alcohol movement back in the day, and he made a non-alcoholic wine to be used in church services. By the way, no one drank his juice because they all wanted to drink wine.
But it's Welch's.
Yeah,
That's where it
but
comes from.
He's Welch, and so his son took the juice and took it elsewhere, and it became this industry. In fact, they started using it for church services in the Navy because they wouldn't allow alcohol on Navy ships.
Interesting.
So it took off.
So because of the Navy, we have...
Welch's grape juice.
by the way, the grape juice is primarily made from Concord grapes for purple. Purple grape juice is Concord grapes, and white grape juice is made from Niagara grapes. So now you know a little bit. This is a tier 1 for me, and it's probably because of positive association. My mom used to make grape juice in the house. Like she'd make grape juice, like can it in the big cans.
From concentrate? Is that
No, like she'd take grapes and like boil
Really?
them and all that, and like there was this distillery thing going on where it was
That's
like
amazing.
dripping down to the whole house would smell like grapes, and I
Yeah.
loved it. And so we had these jars of homemade grape juice that we used to have in our basement, and we go up and pour one of those in, and you have to watch out for the crystals; they form in the bottom.
Yes.
but it was so good.
The way you feel about apple juice, that's how I feel about grape juice. A cold glass of grape juice is amazing.
Yeah,
So you're even
Tier
tier
one.
1. Obvious tier
yeah,
1.
it's a tier 1 for me too.
This is the tier 1iest tier 1. I love
Really?
grape
Tier
juice.
1iest.
Especially Joe, like homemade grape juice
Yeah.
is amazing.
It's quite good.
So
This
good.
is. I was going to say this is lesser to me than apple juice. I like apple juice more than grape juice, but I like them both. They're both tier 1.
Yeah. I don't have Welch's as often.
No,
For 100% juice for 100% kids.
it's fine. It's
Like-
good.
I know.
You're not 100% kid anymore, I guess.
All right. Well, you had mentioned it earlier, so I want to hear about instant breakfast.
Carnation instant breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant.
Wow.
Why is that jingle in my head? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you even remember that?
I used to enjoy Carnation Instant Breakfast triple pack, where you get the chocolate, you get the vanilla, you get the strawberry, and you can have a variety.
Now, are you talking the powder form or the actual
powder form?
milk form?
Yeah, the powder I could see you put in the milk and hurry and run out the door for high school. But nowadays, it's all chocolate. All the
It's all
boxes are chocolate, and you have to really search to find the other ones.
Vanilla is quite good. If you can find vanilla,
I'm a fan of strawberry too, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's harder to find, and this is kind of a desperation breakfast.
This is like, there's no more Pop-Tarts. There's supposed to be 2 in there.
You get all the calories of a delicious pancake breakfast without having delicious pancakes.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's like drinking chocolate milk and then wasting all your calories
Yeah,
for the
it's
day.
a chunky milk, but to me, it's like, I've done something.
Milk. Yes.
I've done something today. I had breakfast,
I'm
kind
eating
of.
healthy. A shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, and then a sensible dinner.
Exactly.
But I give this one a tier 2.
It's a tier 2.
It's a tier 3. I'd rather go hungry.
What?
Or thirsty.
Gross.
But it's fortified with proteins, vitamins, and minerals.
Is it
and
because,
sugar.
are you talking about the powder form? That you
I
just
think
don't
I
want to
had
mix
more
it
the
up?
powder form, and
Yeah.
Did
you not do the powder form?
I did, but now I actually drink it when I have it.
Hoity-toity,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
I get my carnation instant breakfast pre-mixed.
Obviously, we know I like it simple.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What's more simple than dumping powder in a cup?
Grabbing a beverage and walking out the door.
True.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Let's go to milk.
Milk.
Okay. What percentage do you guys prefer?
Oh, this is a bold question.
See, I'm not overly picky when it comes to the milk as long as it's cold. Whole milk definitely tastes the weirdest when it's warm.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's creamiest.
And skim milk is almost water. But at the same time, I've kind of my whole life, depending on whether I lived at home, whether I lived by myself, or whether I lived with my wife, the percentage has ranged for me.
I'm a creature of habit. It's always been 1%, even though I know it's closest to skim milk.
Yeah.
But it's always been that way, mostly because when I have milk, it's usually with cereal, which is sweet enough. And so the 1% balances it out.
But if you're even just drinking it, you're cool with 1%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys? I was going to say, do you guys drink milk? My wife doesn't like to drink milk.
Only in the mornings.
Yeah,
That's the only time I will.
There's certain, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and lunch with a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Or pancakes with milk too. It's also good.
And I think the older you get, the more lactose intolerant-ish you become.
Yeah.
And so, less
haven't found that
popular.
yet.
Well, that's me. So I'm 2% is my jam.
I'm
I grew up on
2%
it.
like right now as well. Yeah.
2%'s great, but I used to drink a ton as a kid, and I'm pretty lactose intolerant now, so I don't really ever have it.
I go half and half. I'm kidding. I was like, really? Glass of half and half in the morning.
It's milk preparation for you.
Buttermilk.
Did you guys
Just
know
buttermilk.
the average American consumes almost 25 gallons of milk a year?
Yeah. By the way, dairy farms produced about 730 million tons of milk in 2011.
Wow.
From 260 million dairy cows. More than 6 billion people consume milk and milk products, and between 750 and 900 million live in dairy farming households worldwide.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The highest producer, by the way, was India. They produce
milk.
a lot of milk.
So many cows.
Yeah.
Okay. This
we
is
got cows.
This is a tier 1. Without milk, we wouldn't have breakfast.
Well, I mean, you
Quote.
mix it in with other stuff, sure.
It's true.
No.
It's a staple.
This is an old reliable for me, but it's an old reliable, meaning it's kind of the middle of the road. Like,
What?
Yeah, I'll drink a glass of milk. So I went with it. Got bumped down.
Putting it
to
out of pasture
It
then,
got
huh?
Joel.
I'm saying I did
For
the same
apple
thing.
juice?
Look, I did the same thing where I had the cups in front of me, and I said, "What do I want to drink for breakfast?" And milk got bumped down barely into a tier 2. It's a
on.
high tier 2.
That's not a thing, Joel.
So you're saying it's tier 1 too?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you putting milk
milk.
in your omelet?
No,
You don't ever?
I drink it with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking.
By the way, do you guys
We
want
need
to
to stop this milk and eggs thing. It's not supposed to happen.
It's
Well, we discussed
milk,
it last
milk
time.
with any breakfast food is good.
No, I mean milk in eggs. Is that what you're saying?
I think
do
it's
that.
fine.
I don't do that.
I think it's fine.
I did that, but I don't do that.
Milk with eggs, naturally.
By the way, do you
Delicious.
guys know what the second most abundant milk from which animal does the second most? Like you have cows, obviously milk. Cow milk is number 1. What's the second animal?
Goat.
You say goat?
I would say goat as well.
That's actually 3. Number 2 is water buffalo.
What?
Wait, did you just dry heave at water buffalo?
What?
11% of all milk worldwide
never
is from
said-
water buffalo.
Do they serve it at IKEA? What is
I'm
this?
assuming it's a kind of an Asia.
I'm calling bull
thing.
on this one.
Ah, bull.
Because I don't think I've ever seen a water buffalo.
Ever?
Maybe not.
But by the way, apparently you can get milk from pigs, but apparently it's just they're very hard to milk and don't produce as much milk. But some fine cheeses are made from pig milk.
Okay.
Very expensive.
That
ones.
seems like a challenge. Challenge accepted.
Fine cheeses.
Fine cheeses from the finest pigs.
I'm a fine pig, thank you. What about non-dairy milk?
Tier 3.
Tier 3.
I cannot stand
in any
it.
form.
Okay.
So like
But-
soy milk, almond milk.
But
Yeah.
it seems like you're being a
Coconuts.
bit insensitive because we do have someone here that is lactose intolerant.
And I understand that. And it's like my wife, when she was eating gluten free, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, I was always like,
Is it soy milk or almond milk that she would drink?
No, dairy's fine. Gluten's not in those.
Okay.
But it was more like...
Did she avoid that as well, though?
No. Well,
Regular
she
milk?
did. She avoids kind of dairy. But the point is that I was always like, yeah, this tastes pretty good. I'm sorry you can't get the real stuff. And that's how I feel like people who can't drink milk on a regular basis. I'm like, look, if they douse this almond milk in with tons of sugar and cinnamon, it becomes horchata. And then I'm like, oh, I'm totally in this.
Which is
It's actually
delicious.
more rice milk. But
Right.
But which they call it milk. All it is just blending the stuff up with water and then milking it out of like a cheese straining bag.
Yeah. Almond milk tastes okay. There is a sweetness to it that is fine.
I'm not a fan.
See, for me, I don't like to think of it as milk. Like if I think of it as its own thing, maybe it's better.
Would
but
you
I don't
eat it
want to
with
use it
cereal?
in place. No, I have, and I don't like it. I mean,
Do you put milk, even though you're lactose intolerant, you still put milk in your cereal?
yeah, most lactose
Do you just not
intolerant
drink
people,
it after? You don't have the joy of drinking the
Oh, I do.
the bowl?
Most lactose intolerant
Zach,
people
you're
I know just
playing
suffer through it.
with Milky Fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth
Milky
it.
Fire was my band's name in college.
There it is. It's been a while.
But I've
it's
had
a
it
tier
on
3.
like Frosted Flakes or something that
Yeah.
don't really have a ton of flavor on their own. They're mostly just
You
like,
mean the flakes covered in sugar? Frosted
Yes.
Flakes? Okay.
I mean, just saying like they're not like heavily to one like chocolatey or fruity
Right.
flavor. So then I'd have almond milk on those. It's okay, but yeah, it's tier 3.
It's
too.
a tier 3.
Okay, we all agree on that.
And soy milk is just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I have had the Lactaid brand milk, and it is still technically, I guess,
Yeah, it's like they removed the lactose from milk.
And that one with cereal is awesome.
I don't like the name Lactaid.
I don't either.
Sounds like a nursing device. So we're going to move
I'm
on.
never getting that again.
Thank you, Kent.
We are obviously from Monday's show big fans of grapefruit. So naturally, I'm sure we're big fans of grapefruit juice.
I told my story about grapefruit juice
Yeah.
on the show about how
Yeah.
I was like, I love grapefruit, the fruit juice.
Not only is this a tier 3, this is a danger to your health. If you are taking over-the-counter medication, grapefruit juice can kill you.
It can, because it blocks metabolism
Yes.
of the medication, and it builds up in your system to fatal levels.
Isn't that crazy? It can cause drug overdose toxicity in your system. You need to tell your healthcare provider that you drink grapefruit juice on the regular if you get prescribed anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's offensive.
Disgusting and deadly is a bad combination. This is a tier 3.
It's a tier 3.
Tier 3.
Why would anyone? Basically, grapefruit juice is if they put toothpaste and orange juice in the same container and then shook it up, and it's like, here, bitter, acidic,
I
horribleness.
bet there are people that do extreme sports. They just need a rush. I bet they drink grapefruit juice for every meal.
They're just like, oh, here we go.
I just want to feel
danger.
acidity.
Hi, welcome to IHOP. Would you like to get started with a hot chocolate today?
For breakfast. This one is interesting for breakfast.
Yeah.
Also, which brand do you guys drink?
I mean, I'm basic. Swiss Miss is good for me.
With
marshmallows?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. The Swiss Miss packets are fine. Stevens hot cocoa on a
Stevens is
cold morning.
great.
Stevens is good.
But
Ghirardelli's also quite
Ghirardelli's.
good. Nestle.
Actually, but around the world, a lot of people will drink kind of a hot chocolate or hot chocolate type drink for their morning breakfast.
Well, we used to work in a workplace that supplied coffee and hot chocolate. And just to be a poser and look like I was drinking coffee, I would get a hot chocolate every morning.
Yeah.
So
The first chocolate drink was believed to have been created by the Maya around 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. Also, the Aztec culture had a drink they called chocotatl.
Wow.
I can't.
Wait, did you just mention the Great White God? Gets a quattle chocolate,
And it was used medicinally in the until the 19th century. Hot chocolate was used medicinally. Like cocoa bean was like
That makes
health
sense.
properties. And there is a difference between hot cocoa and hot chocolate.
Go on.
Okay.
Hot cocoa being made from cocoa powder, the ground cacao beans, where much of the cacao butter has been removed, and hot chocolate, which is basically bar chocolate.
Bar
that have
chocolate
turned
melted
into-
down.
Melted down.
Maybe
So
cut a
less
little
cocoa butter means cocoa, and then if it has more cocoa butter, it's hot chocolate.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. Have you guys ever been camping?
Yes.
Always.
Just making sure. And
Only like twice, but yes.
yeah. And then in the morning, when you're freezing cold and you get that nice warm cup of hot chocolate with
You're
the little
right.
marshmallows floating on top, and you take that as a drink as your hands are freezing, it's a beautiful thing.
The burn is worth it.
Yeah. Also, I have a story where my grandpa, when we used to go up to the cabin when he was alive, we would go up there, and the deal was you could go get breakfast with grandpa. He'd go to like a lodge nearby and go get like a nice breakfast in the morning, but you had to get up early. Like he got up, cracked
Like,
the dawn
what's
to go get
early?
breakfast, like probably 6 a.m.
Yeah,
and to
too
a kid,
early.
that's murder.
Yeah.
So what we'd do is we'd sleep in the bed of his truck.
Oh, and just be ready.
And then when he
gets
came
there.
out and drive up, we'd pop up and be like, we're here. And we go in and we get a big old cup of hot chocolate with like the whipped cream on top.
Nostalgia sounds like a tier 1 for you right now.
It does, except for this one, it's special occasion. This is
Yeah.
not where I get up in the morning and I'm like, I want a hot chocolate.
Right.
So I'm giving it a tier 2.
It's a tier 2.
I also agree with tier 2. Much like donuts, it's delicious, but bad at being breakfast.
Very sugary as well.
Very sugary, yes. Unless you get cocoa.
I like them. I actually prefer having like a cup of hot cocoa or hot chocolate like later in the evening and during the winters and stuff.
Yeah, like a cup of hot cocoa when it's snowing outside.
Oh, it's
Christmas
awesome.
music playing. That's great.
I just don't think of it as
time.
breakfast unless I'm literally at IHOP. All right, posers, let's get you to talk for like 3 minutes about coffee.
The biggest beverage after water, worth over $100 billion worldwide. And average American drinks, and this is per year, an average American, $1,100. They spend that on coffee.
Isn't that like 4 venti Starbucks?
Yes. So basically, it's an iPhone 11. That's the amount they're spending on coffee.
Wow.
Crazy.
Granted, I probably drink $400 to $500 in Mountain Dew per year, at least.
Yeah.
That's not on here. Oh, wait, that is kind of on here, I guess.
Kind of.
But so, look, elephant in the room. Joel and I aren't coffee drinkers. I love the smell.
I do too. I have a very positive association with
Right?
the smell. I hate the taste. Like,
Does it remind you of the grocery store?
No, it reminds me of my aunts, actually.
Okay.
But I love walking
my
through the
southern
grocery
aunts.
store aisle, though.
But no, like the Jelly Belly flavored stuff and the candies and like cookies and stuff like that, coffee flavor, I've never been a fan of.
Yeah,
Like-
and if I were a coffee drinker, it would never be straight black. It would be 2 creams, 2 sugars for sure.
Yeah.
I'd probably put that like hazelnut whole creamer in there. Just
The
like
entire thing?
It'd basically be hazelnut cream, the entire
Yeah.
thing.
And I guess I'm the resident coffee drinker, even though
There you
I
are.
don't
We're
regularly.
going to get you a nameplate.
I have had it before. There was a phase in my life where I had some, and and it's fine. So I think when coffee's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, and I'm thinking in the breakfast context, kind of like your diner, like whatever coffee, like it's not that good.
It seems like it's not even breakfast. It seems like the way to start the day for so
many-
many
yeah.
Americans.
It's like how they jumpstart their morning.
and so this would, for so
the
many
best
people,
part of waking up is like Folgers. in their
Folgers.
cup.
This would be a tier 1 tributary for so many people around the
Yeah.
world. For me, it's a tier 3 just because of my limited experience.
Me as well too.
Yeah.
I knew a woman who drank Postum, which is
yeah.
similar to coffee,
Right.
but just not caffeinated. Not
It's like the vid angel of coffee.
kind of yes, but it was disgusting, and she put it in her cereal.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So it's-
but this is one of the biggest exports in the world.
Yeah.
Over 70 countries cultivate coffee plants. It's insane. Brazil being the leading grower of coffee beans, producing 35% of the world total.
Wow.
I gave it a tier 2 because when it's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, it's really bad.
I will admit, when I watch things like Twin Peaks and he's having his hot coffee and
Darn
pie,
good cup of
I'm
coffee.
just like, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the flavor's never drawn. I've never been drawn to it
Right.
in candy form.
Have you been drawn to V8 or tomato juice?
In candy form?
Sure.
This is a real coming of age drink. V8.
Is it?
I feel like
Or
it is coming of retirement.
Is it an era begone, long gone that is drinking
Because
this?
this is like something that every kid needs to drink to learn about disappointment. Right? It's like, I'm so thirsty, and your friend's mom or your cousin, your aunt or something like that will say, here's some tomato juice. What? Tomato juice? I'll try it. And it's a V8, so it should be fine. The color looks fine. And it's literally tomato juice.
Well, see, I liked tomato.
You want some tomato juice? Ew, this is tomato juice.
But juice means fruity, right?
Well, okay, so
It's science.
that makes perfect sense.
It does in my head.
But I love like tomato soup. I love tomato soup.
Okay.
And so I was like, I was
different forms.
I know, but I was like, tomato soup in like a juice form, like that'd be good.
Yeah.
And I drank it. It's not good. In fact,
Keep in mind, it's cold.
this was first served as a beverage in 1917 by Louis Perrin at the French Lick Springs Hotel in southern Indiana when he ran out of orange juice and needed a quick substitute. So he put some tomato paste in and some water and sugar and special sauce.
He made ketchup water.
Basically. And he said, here you
Pervert.
go. And then the word spread with Chicago businessmen. It became the drink to have. Was tomato juice.
I know it's healthy, right? But it's atrocious.
Do you know where V8 got its name, by the way? 8 different vegetables.
yeah.
Beets, celery, carrots, lettuce, parsley, watercress, spinach, and tomato. That's what makes up V8. I do not like V8.
No.
But I do like V8 Splash.
I was going to say, V8 Splash is good.
It's fruit and vegetable together, but it's like a sweet drink, and you're drinking it going, I'm healthy.
The only parts about V8 Splash I don't like are the parts that remind me of V8.
Which
So
I get the...
literally any other juice you could be drinking.
No, but
It's
it's like a blueberry pomegranate V8, and I'm like, this tastes good, and it's probably healthy for me, more healthier than regular.
nice rebranding and live V8. Acknowledge what you are. Disappointment. It's the tieriest 3 of tier 3s.
I kid you not, my mom was just drinking this. just this past week.
It's her generation.
and
Fine.
I was like, well, how can you do that? So tier 3 for me as well.
I've seen my mom drink it before, and I'm curious. Like, well, I trust my mom. Is it good? And I
Sometimes moms lie.
it's not. My mom doesn't. Shame on you.
Sometimes moms lie.
Yeah, it's a tier 3.
Good.
How about strawberry milk?
Yes. Now we did separate a couple of these milks out into different flavors. I know there's like banana milk and cookies and cream milk.
Right.
Oh, there's this really good chocolate mint one down at the BYU Creamery.
Root beer
mint
milk.
Whoa.
Yes.
Root beer milk. If you go to elementary
milk?
with root beer
Yes.
milk.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. That was disappointing.
Stop.
Yeah, it was.
It was. Well, the thing is, I liked it, but I was always just like, oh, it's
Because
like,
it's not quite.
It tastes
It's
like
not-
carbonation, but it's not quite
well,
there.
it was like watered down root beer, but it was milked down root beer, which doesn't even sound good.
Sounds kind of good.
But I did drink it a lot.
Milk down root beer.
But strawberry milk, by the way, a 2018 analysis said that a carton of flavored milk can contain as much sugar as a can of a soft drink.
Oh, delicious.
These
That's
are
why I
not
love
healthy
it so
drinks.
much.
Yeah, they're so good.
Strawberry milk is nectar of the gods. I love this so much.
wow.
That's a bold statement.
I would
that
take a bath in this.
That's a bold statement that I'm going to agree with wholeheartedly. I love strawberry milk. That artificial strawberry flavor is manna from
Wait,
heaven.
does it taste like strawberries?
No, it's fake strawberry, but I love it. I love it so much.
You guys are insane. Correct.
Yeah.
Tier 1. I love
Wait,
strawberry
you
milk.
led me to believe you hated this.
I did. We were having a conversation over Messenger, and it was like, should we split up chocolate and strawberry milk? I'm like, one of those is legendary, and the other is strawberry milk.
Yeah,
but
I
nope.
thought you were going to bash on it.
Oh no, I love it.
So every
It's
Valentine's
so
Day,
good.
Valentine's Day we do pink milk and like pink pancakes and stuff like that, and the pink milk is strawberry milk, and I'm like, yes.
I wish you could buy strawberry milk like you do eggnog in the cartons, but make
Yeah.
it seasonal so it still feels special.
You can get the little bottles.
They're
of it,
gone
like,
so fast.
They are
So
Chugging them down.
fast.
so good.
So
I
good.
could let's do a strawberry milk
I
show.
really want it right now.
I know, me too.
How about
We don't have any strawberry milk in the Bacon Cave, do we, Kent?
No.
do we? I'm gonna go get some right now. How about chocolate milk?
Did you guys know that 7% of people think chocolate milk comes from brown cows?
I heard that, and I still have a hard time believing it.
Yeah, it's an internet study.
Yeah. Do you guys prefer the syrup chocolate milk or the powdered chocolate milk if you're mixing it yourself?
Syrup never quite works out.
Powdered. Yeah.
It's all about powder.
I agree. Like for
Yeah.
some reason, syrup. I don't know.
It's always on the spoon, and you're like, that was meant to go in the milk.
I have
still
grown
good,
to
though.
really dislike the Hershey chocolate syrup.
Really?
Later on. Yeah. It just there's a certain taste to it that I don't
Also,
find interesting
I feel
anymore.
like Quick isn't as good as when we were kids, or Nesquik as they call it now.
Yeah.
It's not as good.
It's changed. I think they try to make it more
I
healthy.
will buy this by the carton, and
This-
so I will buy it
I prefer
pre-mixed.
mine, yeah, like a carton of milk.
This is, by the way, a convenient, cheaper recovery beverage option for many athletes.
So it is kind of healthy.
yeah, like they
Because it
say,
has
they're-
a good ratio of carbs and protein, right?
exactly. They're eating this. They're getting carbs and protein,
Mm-hmm.
electrolytes. Sure, why not? I don't know that's in there, but that's the thing people say. But they instead of
It's
like
just salt, Joel.
I know, but instead of like having like an energy drink, not
Yeah.
an energy drink, like a Gatorade or something like that, a sports drink, they said that actually chocolate milk is a great way to kind of reduce muscle soreness and recovery time, increase recovery time.
Yeah. I heard a rumor about 10 years ago that chocolate milk was bloody milk. Basically, there was milk.
I don't. Oh.
There was blood in the milk from cows, and they didn't know what to do with it, so
mask
they
it.
just they mask it.
That was a vicious rumor.
No, it is a vicious rumor. I found that out today. I still kept drinking
Found
it
that out today.
Today?
Yeah.
But as a kid, I remember hearing that elementary, and I was so concerned about it, but I still drank
Because
it.
you're like, that's disgusting. Give me another glass.
Gross.
But this is especially get the right chocolate milk. The BYU Creamery
Very
has
good.
some fantastic milk in their chocolate milk in particular.
But general consumers, Cream and Weber, and you really
They're
can't go
good, too.
wrong.
It's fine.
Actually, the USU Utah State Creamery, they're also very,
Very
good
good.
with their chocolate milk.
We're going to have a versus show.
Winter's good.
USU
Winter
versus
Farms.
BYU creameries.
Shit. That's so niche.
I know, it really is.
But what do you give it?
Tier one.
Oh, tier 1.
Yeah.
You guys are smart. Okay.
We spent all that time.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Pat yourselves on the back for your obvious choice.
agree.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain this one to me, Joel. You put this on the list: soda and energy drinks for breakfast.
Well, because I feel like a lot of people, they'll open a soda or an energy drink to get their morning
So,
start.
I'm going to agree with them. I used to work at a telemarketing company.
Okay.
And we started at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Like literally be in your seats at 7 and start calling and be excited for the day. You guys know me in the mornings. That doesn't happen. And so I was often
we
given
don't really know you in the mornings. You sleep through them.
That's true. Exactly. Thank you. But I was given rock stars and 5-hour energy drinks, and people would be like, no, you're going to need this today. It's going to be a long day. And I hated I still do. I don't like those kind of drinks because I feel like they mess with your mind in the morning. If that's all you're drinking with no food, it really messes with your system.
With a jump start that you don't want to have.
And soda is cream of the crop for me, but in the mornings, no way. No way. I am like an alcoholic with soda. I have to start at noon.
But you know those people out there who are like, I have to start my day with my Diet Coke.
Yeah,
like
some people.
It's like my day starts with the Diet Coke, or my day starts with Mountain Dew. You know,
it seems wrong, though,
and
right?
It does. It seems like it's so much sugar so early in the morning, and that's not
because then
me.
they're going to continue drinking throughout the day.
Sugar, caffeine, all sorts of stuff just kicked in your system early in the morning does not sit well with me. I had a coworker who used to drink energy drinks all the time in the morning, and that smell just made me sick. Even the smell made me sick that early in the morning. I'm giving this. I love sodas. In fact, if you go back and listen to episode 229, "Pop Goes My Heart," or episode 242, "Is Pepsi Okay?" You'll hear my opinions on how much I love sodas, but not in the morning. This is a tier 3.
It's a tier 3.
So I was super confused why it was on the list, and then you guys kind of explained it, and then I realized that morning I had a Monster Energy for breakfast.
Zack, with any food or just by itself?
Maybe peanut M&Ms.
Oh my gosh!
Hashtag Bachelor Life. So I guess I give it a tier 2.
If it's a regular occurrence, then yeah, I think you do. Yeah. That's great.
I tell my kids all the time, like my kids would have soda as soon as they woke up in the morning. If they know it's in the house, they're like, "We want some," and I'm always like, "Not until after lunch."
That's why with lunch I have a savory meal, and that's when I'll have a soda.
Okay, now we're getting into a big one: orange juice.
Some varieties of orange juice include differing amounts of juice vesicles, also known as pulp in American English, and juicy bits in British English.
It makes a lot of sense why we changed it to pulp.
I know,
like the
juice
term pulp either.
vesicles sounds terrible.
Pulp has a very heavy name on its own. My kids hate pulp.
Really?
We don't want orange juice that has pulp.
I have no problem with pulp. I have problem with the people who choose heavy pulp in their orange juice.
Yeah, like it's a conscious choice. Like, really.
It's like, I want heavy pulp. I'm like, no, just get the regular amount of pulp.
I would like to suffer this morning.
And pulp free is too much like Sunny D.
Stop saying the word pulp.
Fiction.
Is Tampico covered in the orange juice category?
No.
What about Sunny D?
Do not taint the
Sunny
name
D.
of orange juice with Tampico.
Sunny D.
Sunny D Florida style? Is that what we're talking here?
By the way, commercial orange
California
juice,
style?
to make it have a long shelf life, they actually pasteurize the juice and remove oxygen from it, which removes much of the taste, necessitating the later addition of a flavor pack, generally made from orange products. So they take flavor out and then put it back in.
I'm still going back to this Tampico tier 1.
No.
I think it is a tier 1 because
Okay.
orange juice
It's
is
not
a tier
on the
1.
list. It's not on the list. It
Even
doesn't
with
count.
Tampico in the family, the cousin that nobody talks to.
No. Tampico is like Sunny D concentrate with sugar added to the
Sunny
concentrate.
D, but better. Thank you.
No.
Wait,
No,
do you
Sunny
love
D's already
Tampico?
bad.
I do.
You do?
I mean, probably haven't had it since
It
I
was
was
the
12.
joke drink when I was in high school.
Well,
Okay.
it's the cheap drink.
It's so bad.
Let's get serious. Let's get pulpy.
Back to orange juice.
Yeah.
The delicious orange juice, the healthy orange juice, which is debatable.
200% of the recommended daily intake of vitamin C for an adult. So don't drink too much, but drink just enough.
But at the same time, they have a high concentration of vitamin C, but also a high concentration of simple sugars, comparable to soft drinks.
Then again,
It's debatable
delicious.
whether this is healthy or not, but I'll tell you what, I love it, love it, love it. This is a tier 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
We actually will make freshly squeezed orange juice Christmas morning usually. We have a juice. Well, my dad has this old like stand mixer that has a juicer attachment to it.
Yeah.
And we like grind down the oranges and then drink the juice. It's fantastic.
Do you ever order orange juice when you go to a diner or
I
Denny's?
do, and every time I love it with my meal, but I'm also I am
your
overpaying
glass
so much.
That's about this big and it's about $3.50.
Yes.
I
It's
don't get
ridiculous.
it. I can't.
When I'm feeling fancy, when I'm feeling splurgy,
That's
I'll
like
get
twice the cost of a
When I'm
soft
on
drink.
vacation, I'll get an orange juice. Vacation Joel, he splurges.
I want to hang out with him.
No, I'd have to pay for more.
This is actually a tier 2 for me.
What?
Why?
This is the king of morning
I
drinks.
Did you
know.
just give your love for Tampico and then you're bringing OJ down?
Okay.
Please just say orange juice, otherwise it sounds different.
Yeah, that's true. This is a slow moving.
Or OJ kills people
Oh, no.
if you drink too much of it.
I really like orange juice, but I cannot drink it.
Why?
And that will lead us into our next one because it fights back. It does not like me. I get sick within 2 sips of drinking
This
it.
is the guy who gave milk a tier 1, right? Lactose intolerance.
Different. So it's like either the citrusy stuff really makes me sick. So I like it, but I literally cannot drink it without getting totally sick.
See, that's fair then.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
I'm
I
only
respect
judging you
it.
a little bit now.
Orange Julius. So where you mix orange juice that makes me sick and ice cream that makes me sick. Delicious.
2 negatives make a positive.
So, like I said, leading into our last one, this is, and I will just say right now, this is a tier 1 for me because this is the only drink on the list that I can have without fail at any time and never get sick. Every single other drink on this list makes me sick in some form. Gentlemen,
And we're doing the show for what reason?
let's talk about water.
Save for our water show.
This is like super boring.
So
Stop.
Water is so boring.
It's the best.
Can
I
I
love
give?
water.
Like I
You have water facts?
I do. Well, I have a water story.
How many pages?
So back in the day, when high school, junior high time, I was actually on Accutane, the wonder drug, helps get rid
Did
of
it work
acne.
for you?
Well, it gave me heart valve defects.
It sure
That's what
did,
does
yeah.
now. It was terrible though, but the problem was you couldn't consume dairy products with it. So I had to drink water in the morning when I took the pill, and I hated it. Like I hated drinking water in the morning, and for a long time, I could not drink water in the morning.
But as a 9 to 5 office guy, you drink water in the morning every day.
You know that I get my big bottle of water and I'm just drinking at the desk every morning. And I feel like I've softened a little bit on my water stance in the morning because it's refreshing, especially like if I'm going out like first thing in the morning before it gets too hot, I'll grab a drink of water before I go out and mow the lawn. And in the morning, it's not very hot in the morning, but if I'm working a lot in the morning, this is a good drink, pre-breakfast drink.
Right.
But I don't really like having water with my breakfast though.
It's true, but I won't order a
pancakes and
$3.50
water?
orange juice with my breakfast.
If I'm
typically.
eating
There
pancakes
you
and syrup
go.
and take a drink of water,
I drink morning water so that I can drink soda later.
No.
Like it's my justification. Be like, I got enough water today. Now I'm going to poison myself.
the human body contains 55% to 78% water, depending on body size.
Mine's mostly soda.
The human body is made of 70% water, and I am thirsty.
That's a callback to our bacon bit we did.
So Zach, you love water because you can drink water.
It's the safest thing, and I love it so much, and I drink it all the time.
Sounds so safe.
I'm a big fan
By
of
the
water.
way, 8 glasses of water per day, not based
Not
on
even a
actual
thing.
science.
Nope.
Wait, what?
That's not real science.
How much do you really need?
It says the function properly the body requires between 1 and 7 liters. Do the math.
Literally, they just say, if you're a bit thirsty, drink some water.
Yeah.
Then you're drinking enough water.
By the way, it's 0.26.
Really?
Yep.
Anywhere between 0.26 and 1.85 gallons to avoid dehydration.
Oh, I'm done with water.
Most of that is ingested through foods or beverages other than drinking straight water.
Oh,
You're
okay.
actually getting water from other things.
Forget
as well.
the clear stuff. I'm done. That's so boring.
Drink your water.
It doesn't taste like anything.
But the thing is, if I gave milk a tier 2, there's no way water's getting above a tier 2. So this is a tier 2 for
It's
me.
a tier 2, but I want it to be 3 now.
I love
because you don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
But a cool glass of water, like after you're working in the yard for a long time and you feel it like go down your throat and like spread through your whole body. I love that feeling.
Water or cold lemonade. When it is hot outside.
I do both. But I really like, I'm a water guy. You know I'm a water guy.
Yeah.
You know what's worse? No, I would literally
I love lemonade,
would
though.
rather have room temperature water.
Then cold water?
It hydrates you quicker. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like
refreshing.
science. That
Okay.
doesn't sound like science.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Cold water, once again, lemonade makes me sick, but lemonade's way more delicious. Come on, what are you doing?
Lemonade's really
Lemonade
good.
is better.
But not in
Oh,
the
yeah.
morning. Well, it's the closest thing to a morning drink I get from Wendy's after I got the orange juice.
Well, it looks like we just finished the list, but before we go, I would like to give you some bacon stats. We gave 3 items on this list, a collective tier 3, being grapefruit juice,
Yeah.
non-dairy milk,
Yeah.
and V8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we gave 3 items, a collective tier 1, grape juice, chocolate milk, and strawberry milk.
Yeah.
Also,
Although orange juice not getting all tier 1s is
It's crazy.
mind-boggling
that's
to me.
only, and really,
And I
it's
did
my
not expect
fault.
the apple juice hate either.
Reasonably,
Not
just
hate, just okay.
put orange juice on that list. Too.
Yeah.
And Kent, you picked 6 tier 3s.
What? Wait, hold on.
You did.
6 tier 3?
You
didn't
cheater
count.
face.
I didn't mean to.
This is okay. It's 15 divided by 3. It's not that hard.
I accidentally changed my order as we were going.
Jeez.
Soda tier 2?
No, it's too late. The
we're
math
done.
is wrong.
It's laid down forever.
Awesome.
Oh, good heavens.
Sorry when I didn't follow the rules.
Call him on that. And let us know what you think of the drinks we did. We have 15 drinks on the list. You have to give 5 tier 1s, 5 tier 2s,
6 tier 3s.
5 tier 3s. It only proves my point, though. You always want to give more tier 3s than you have
It's so
to.
true.
But yeah, this is also, it has made me thirsty. So I'm going to go enjoy myself a nice, cool V8 splash.
All right. Thanks for listening to this week's Bacon Bit.
Tampico for the win.
Chocotatl.